By now, just about every golf fan has heard the story of Sean Foley. The Canadian-born golf instructor graced the covers of SCOREGolf magazine when he was a young teacher at Glen Abbey in Oakville, Ontario. Now Foley spends most of his days on ranges at PGA Tour events or at his teaching academy at the Orange County Golf and Country Club in Orlando, Florida.
There's not really a Sean Foley philosophy of the swing, is there, or is there?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously the philosophy is that they understand their technique without becoming mechanical. Second, there are a lot of arbitrary stylistic points to golf swings that don't really matter. There are dynamics. So the dynamics of rotation, the dynamics of muscle loading, and then the dynamics of what happens when a flat surface hits a round object. So yeah, there's a lot of law and structure, but there's no real, your arm has to be here and your arm has to be here. I think you just get to a point where, you know, you look at someone who said if you want to draw the ball, you need a flat backswing. Well, I mean, look at Mo and Hogan. They didn't draw the ball, but they have what you would say is a flat backswing.
Coaches are around to direct their players and inspire them to perform. Foley is a man who's well-read, so who inspired his coaching style?
You know, Scotty Bowman. I read up on Harvey Penick and Claude Harmon and John Wooden. You know, even people like Ken Dryden. You know, just to kind of get an understanding of what it was. And basically it comes back to, you know, 3 or 4 points, right? Working smart, working hard and efficiently, and then it's just passion. And what I've seen with the great coaches is the great coaches just set up environments for these guys to flourish in. Rather than saying this is the environment, they kind of set up the environment. You're gonna play with him, you're gonna play with him. Your shift's gonna run at this time and this time. Because they could see chemistries and things in amongst the players together. Like if you look at a Real Madrid, they almost have every position player on the field, like the New York Yankees, they don't win. But they have almost the best player in baseball at every position. So who's to say that that's really the key? Now, in an individual sport, you know, coaching's a little bit different. So I go to the range sometimes where I've learned everything that night before about the Lakers, because Hunter's playing really well, and I need to have things to talk about, and he loves cars, and he loves to talk about the Lakers. So me knowing what Kobe's stats are in the final quarter is about a 25-minute conversation that gets us to deter technique. Now I've got them hitting it really well. Now what do I do? And it's very easy for me to tinker and want to talk more about it. So I've had to learn over the last few years just to kind of stand there and only give answers when asked questions rather than feeling the need to be so in there, as you are with the person at Glen Abbey, the 20 handicap.
Given the success he and his players have had over the past couple of seasons, it's amazing to hear how this native of Burlington, Ontario, has remained grounded despite the fame that comes with coaching PGA Tour superstars.
Nothing is only good. You're going to have yin and yang in many situations. But I mean, more than anything, it's just that, you know, it's just to get invited back. If a guy coaches for the same team in the NBA, even though they never win a championship, if each year his contract is renewed, I think that's success. Because out on tour, coaches and caddies and managers and the like are hired quickly and fired quickly. So to be now on my 5th year with Hunter, my 4th year with Justin, and the start of my 3rd year with Tiger, I think that that's probably indicates to me there's been some success.
But don't look for Sean Foley to take credit for the on-course success his players are having.
At the end of the day, they have to pick the club, read the putt, figure out the wind, handle slow play. You know, there are so many factors that go into what they're playing. I think in the past I would have believed like that my role was greater than it is. You know, people say, well, you had 6 wins and 27 top 10s. I didn't have a single win or a single top 10. It's the players that did. And whether I helped them a little bit or a lot, it changes depending on certain weeks, you know. But at the end of the day, they're doing all the work.
SCOREGolf will bring Sean Foley and some of his drills to our show right here on TSN. Look for those in the coming weeks.